to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Evlos. I'm joined by the man who does tremendous numbers now on IFL TV.
Well, so it's just hate, isn't it? That's all it is.
Tremendous numbers.
Oh, great. Well, tremendous numbers. What more can I say?
Gareth, it's just become official that the show on Saturday with Eubank Jr. and Benn is off. Just get your immediate reaction, please.
Well, it's the right decision. You cannot allow a fight to go ahead when one of the boxers has returned a positive test, regardless of whether it's with the sanctioning body's jurisdiction or not. Just to recap, Boxing Board of Control used UKAD, UK Anti-Doping. Conor Benn didn't test positive with them. My understanding is reportedly that there was only one test from UKAD, but he was obviously, and I understand that the positive doping test was on September the 1st with Voluntary Anti-Doping Association. You cannot go ahead if you agree to sign up for drug testing policy, whether you've taken a tainted supplement, your wife's fertility drug, whatever it is, whether you're innocent or guilty, you cannot go ahead with an event when a boxer tests positive for a banned substance with WADA, World Anti-Doping Agency. It's wrong ethically for the sport. It's an inherently dangerous sport. I feel like I said this to you last night. It's an inherently dangerous sport, and the safety of the fighters must come first. Beyond all entertainment that boxing is, and the thrills and the spills and all of those things, the right decision has been made. They've been to the High Court today. What they were after, I don't know exactly, but I know the fight is off.
What is your understanding, if you have any, of what happened today?
Well, I think Matchroom and Eddie Hearn went to the High Court to try and work out whether the Boxing Board of Control were rightfully blocking the event going ahead. Their statement yesterday said prohibited. It was a very peculiar day with the fighters working out. You were there. The fighters working out yesterday. Conor Benn even doing an interview with Matchroom Boxing, where, I'll be honest with you, his body language, he didn't look like a man that had cheated. He wanted to speak. He was fulsome in it. Chris Eubank Jr. said, I still want to go ahead with the fight. I'm up for it. Look at me, I'm on weight. I haven't had sex for 2 weeks. All of those kind of things that went with it. So I think what they were looking at was, given that it wasn't the Boxing Board's jurisdiction that the positive test came under, because it was VADA, not UKAD, whether the Boxing Board had the right to withdraw from sanctioning the contest. Of course they had the right to withdraw from sanctioning the contest. What's going to remain interesting is what comes out over the next few days about the detail of what happens in terms of the investigation, whether the B sample is going to be examined, whether Conor Benn will be exonerated or not, and whether this event will go ahead, and for all the other boxers who are all around us right now, who are all going home, not being paid, I assume, whether they will all be on a card and a new event going forward in the future.
What is also your understanding of why the B sample wasn't requested straight away? You said that the test was on September the 1st, the positive test from VADA. So, yeah, have you asked Eddie about that or Calla about that?
No, I haven't asked yet, but I'd like to know, and this will come out because they will be asked eventually, how long between the VADA test and the UKAD test? Because I understand that the drug in question leaves the body after 3 to 4 days. So, because obviously the UKAD test came back as negative. We haven't asked Eddie or Calla about that yet. It's not Calla's concern, by the way, it's Eddie's concern.
No, but obviously VADA would have wrote to all parties involved, and Calla's client is going in there against Conor Benn, so I was wondering if Calla requested that B sample, or if he could. I'm not sure what the sort of technicalities around that, but yeah, of course, Eddie, Conor's promoter, and whether he asked for the B sample straight away.
Yeah, I don't know is the answer. I am going to find out, because at some point, I mean, Eddie was intending to give a very brief statement today. It's been a long 36 hours for everyone. We were all exhausted last night, the ins and outs of this. It's not a normal situation. Weirdly, it's more exhausting than getting ready for the fight because there's a lot of waiting and finding out decisions on certain things and a lot of uncertainty around it all, and also a lot of mind searching and soul searching. I mean, I know where I am with it, which is it's ethically wrong for this contest to have gone ahead under the Luxembourg board or the Maltese board or any ad hoc committee, an unlicensed fight even. It was wrong for it to go ahead. The efficacy of boxing was at stake here. You have to have a meticulousness about whether fights go ahead when there is a negative test, whether the person is guilty or not. You cannot have a situation like this, exacerbated as well, by the way, Umar, with one boxer coming down in weight when he doesn't normally weigh that little, and one boxer going up in weight. So the jeopardy in this was enormous. Thank God those two men aren't stepping into a ring on Saturday night. And for those people that comment on IFL TV, who say, yeah, why, if you don't believe in it, why did you intend to go and cover it? You have to go and cover it. It's our work, but also war breaks out. You don't like the war, but you're not going to go and cover it. No, of course you are. You're going to go and cover the detail, because if you're not there, if the tree, this will get some funny comments, if the tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? You have to be there to hear it. So, it's a reporting issue. Thankfully, the volume of people here today is enormous for this. It's a very big moment for boxing, and it's the right moment and the right decision that this fight doesn't go ahead. Will it ever go ahead? We may not have it now. I hope it does. I hope Conor Benn gets to clear his name. I hope he's able to stand in front of the cameras again and say, look, I don't know what happened here. I'm not a drug cheat. Chris Eubank Jr. still wants the fight. It's a fight we all want to see, and it grew so big in this last week. It was probably going to be, if it had gone ahead, it would have done millions of views because people wouldn't have wanted it to happen. But I think we've got the right decision, and I feel happy, and I think the board have vindicated in saying prohibited to this event.
Gareth Davies, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV for about the 17th time in 3 days, and I'm sure I'll speak to you soon. Top man.
My pleasure as always, Umar.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.